Hey, what's up, family? What's up? What's up? What's up? Um, didn't really have anything to say per se, nothing specific, shall I say. Just wanted to do a little conversation. I haven't, I share my uh, quotes and positivity and thoughts, but I haven't talked about myself in a minute, which I'm going to kind of do now. And not really talk about myself, but just share some stuff. One of the things that I'm big on telling you guys that you are more than enough and that you are incredible, you're outstanding, you're wonderful, you're perfect just as you are. What's up, Lewis? Um, One of the things I realized early on is that um, even with the best of intentions, a lot of our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, our role models, um, they taught us things, and they taught us what they knew. But as we realized, as we grew up and started to grow into our own, we start to realize that the stuff that they were teaching us didn't work for them. So it definitely isn't going to work for us. Hey, Tori. Uh, I love you guys. But there's a thing of, there's also the reality that, especially being black in America, the way that America has been, the way that America is, black people weren't supposed to be in certain places. They're supposed to have a certain level of attention and be to, hey, what's up, Chakadashe? I can never get that right. But we're supposed to be in certain places at certain times, and we were taught, a lot of us black people. What's up, Scott? We were given the rules. Um, don't do this, don't do that. You got to be over here, you got to be over there. Don't be out, be home by a certain time, this other, because you know, as it passed on, it was really to save our lives because our parents, our grandparents didn't want to see us hanging from a tree or didn't want to see us getting beaten or jailed or anything like that. So we were given certain rules before we left the house. Um, but as we come into our own, we start to realize that a lot of things that they taught us does not work. It didn't work for them. It doesn't work for us. And as the world changes, we have to grow into our own. And that's why I said all that to say, that's why I'm always saying you're more than enough. You're perfect just as you are. And that it's very, very important that you, for yourself, realize how important you are and to walk your journey, walk out this thing that we call life. It's one of those things, like if you grew up in a religious household, specifically Christianity, they tell you stuff like your journey. It's your journey. It's you're working out your soul salvation, whatever the words they use. But it's interesting how on one end it's your journey, but they're trying to tell you how to live your journey. So that's why consider myself the army of one. I'm always telling you guys, figure out who you are. Learn how to love yourself, like yourself, respect yourself. Because at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, throughout the day, this is about your life. And, words matter. I'm going to be going all over the place with this. Words matter. I stopped saying mistakes. I made a mistake. The way I look at it, because mistake has such a negative connotation, I have life lessons. And in these life lessons, sometimes people get hurt. Unfortunately, sometimes I've gotten hurt, whatever the case may be. But the reality is, words matter. And stop telling yourself you made a mistake, because there's something psychological about telling yourself you made a mistake, where we like to get stuck and we stay there and we focus on the mistake as opposed to the misstep or the learning lesson, and it holds us back from progressing, or it either stops us or has us, I'm messing up my words, but or has us stay in that spot longer than we should. So that's one of the reasons why I'm always I'm always trying to encourage and empower. And it's not that I want anybody to see things my way, because again, it's our own journey. I just want people to think outside the box, because we've been put in a box. The way we've been taught, the way we're still taught, the way people, uh, we need to think for ourselves. And it's not just a matter of thinking. It's so important that we really, really get in touch with ourselves and get in tune with ourselves and know the difference between when our, because let me tell you something, your spirit is never wrong. So it's one thing when your spirit is telling you something as opposed to your mind or the things that we've been through. So that's why I'm so adamant. I'm always pushing for us to really, really know ourselves, to take that time to turn off the TV, turn off the radio, tune out our friends, just really get to know who we are and let that thing grow within us so that there's no doubt about it. No matter what people say, no matter what people do, no matter what it looks like, that we stay secure in who we are. And I say this, like I said, I'm gonna be all over the place with this. I can speak to that because back in, I think it was 1994, I had a conversation with my higher power. And I said, and I used the verbiage God at the time, and I said, you know, God, I know you're in control of everything. However, whenever I leave this earth, I'm not going to be murdered. I'm not going to be in a car crash, a plane crash. No disease is going to ravish my body. I'm going to say bye to everybody I need to say goodbye to, and I'm going to go to sleep. And that's going to be it. And that's the faith that I've carried all these years. And so even when in 2006, when 5 different doctors, 4 specialists and 1 primary care physician told me I had 4 months to live, I was able to smile and be secure in the fact that I'm not going out like this. And that's why I encourage people, because I've lived it. I'm living it, to walk in your own truth, whatever that may be. Own who you are. Don't fake the funk. Own who you are. Everything and everybody. You ain't got to tell everybody your business. But those things that you don't like about yourself, change them. But change them according to your standards, according to what you're willing to do at whatever time limit you set for yourself. Stop going by what, all of us have probably lived this, where people are telling us how to live or are always giving us advice on what to do and how to do it. And then you just peep and look over like, how the hell are you going to tell me to live my life when your life is raggedier than mine? I mean, so, that's one of the things. I want to jump. Y'all know I'm going to come back to this or something, but I'm all over the place. So one of the things I because of Facebook, I'm fully aware. When I came to social media, and even now, social media has no rules and regulations, no across the board rules and regulations. So everybody uses these platforms for their own reasons. One thing I will say, I kind of get offended when people say and do crazy things on social media and then say, oh, it ain't that serious, it ain't that deep, or whatever the case may be. Well, there's a reality for some of us, and I can speak for myself. For those of you who know me, who've ever encountered me, I don't have an on-air, online persona. What you see is what you get. What I express is an extension of me. So when people say stuff like, oh, it ain't that serious, and the other, yes, it is that serious for those of us who aren't frauds online. So when we say certain things, we put certain things out there, it is our truth, and we want it to be respected as such. So I'm not just posting stuff just to be posting it to get likes, to get a reaction. There's a reality for me, and y'all know who really, really know me. My daily, because I'm a clown, my daily prayer is, when I'm being my silly self, I want to be used. And I find myself being used often, and I love it, and those times when Spirit puts somebody on my mind, and I reach out, I call, I text, I do whatever, and I send whatever it is, I contact them in the moment. And I just think I'm being silly, but the universe is using me. And I have to be honest, for me, everybody's journey is different. But my thing is, the only way I could be open and available is that I had to center myself and learn myself. And that's what I just say about other people. You know, we have these. See, I'm jumping conversation again. It's like having those conversations with the good religious folk, whatever your religion is. When folk want to argue with you about their religion, and something I've said over and over again, and this is my truth. No matter what I believe, if I believe in this speaker, I know my speaker raggedy, but if I believe in this speaker and I call this speaker my God, if I really, really believe that this speaker is my God, there is absolutely nothing no one else can say to me that will make me change my stance on what I believe is my God. So I'm not arguing back and forth. I'm not getting offended. And like I say all the time, the truth needs no help. So if you believe in a God or a supreme being that is over everything and everyone else, why are you arguing with people over what you believe? I feel like this. If you're offended and want to argue back and forth, maybe your belief isn't that strong. So going on to something else. I don't understand for the life of me, and I know y'all get tired of these posts about why do I keep getting this garbage in my inbox. Maybe it's the post, they don't read the post, and maybe I just need to say it. For me, my inbox is for those because y'all know I love heart to hearts. Those things that you just need to get off your chest that you don't want to put on social media, you want to talk to me about. That's what my inbox is for. I don't do forwards. Forwards die in my inbox. I love the fact that, I'm a positive brother and y'all love me and pass it. I'm not passing nothing on. And I promise you, if I never receive I think you're a great guy, pass this on, I think you're a great brother, I won't be offended at all because y'all show me on a daily basis that y'all care about me. And even if you didn't, I care enough about myself. If my love for you is contingent on me doing a forward or a chain letter, then yeah, I guess according to that, I don't love you like that because I ain't passing nothing on. So I'm clear. As let me say this: I'm human, and I walk in my humanity. My goal is to function on a higher level for myself, not for anybody else, but for me. And so, having said that, I'm always trying to be better. I'm always trying to do better. That's why I'm open to conversations. When people say, yo, bro, I don't like the way that sounded. Could you slow that down and explain that to me? I'm not above that because, there used to be this thing I saw maybe about 10 years ago with this thing. I'm not responsible for what you hear. I'm only responsible for what I say. That's absolutely crazy. If I have a message for you, I need to break the message down and make you, and not make you, but get you to understand it. I don't want to have a life-saving, life-changing message for you and you don't understand it. If I know you only speak Swahili, why am I going to speak Greek to you? It's absolutely crazy. If I want you to understand this message, I'm going to learn Swahili and I'm going to get it to you. So we are responsible for the messages that we put out. And if we see somebody scratching their head or whatever, we have to take a moment to explain ourselves. Now, the fault is not ours. If you say, you understand what I'm saying? And people say, yeah, and they really don't get it, then there's no fault with us. But if we're delivering a message, we need to make sure that that message is heard. We need to make sure that it's understood. That way we won't have any problems later in life. Okay, so I'm jumping again, and I'm going back to, it is very, very important for me that you know how valuable you are. A lot of times we lack our true self-worth because of the things that people have said, the things that people have done. Sometimes we question, we ask ourselves, why did this happen? What did I do wrong? Let me tell you something. Let's say something simple like cheating. a lot of times people will say when they've been cheated on, what did I do? Did I gain too much weight? Did I lose too much weight? Let me tell you something, just so that we're absolutely clear. Just so we're clear. And you know, for a lot of situations in life, there are gray areas. However, and I need you to get this, but we're with the cheating thing right now. For someone to cheat on you, there's nothing you did. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people have choices. And so if I'm feeling that I'm unfulfilled or that I need something extra, before I go and cheat or break the vows that we've created, I either need to end the relationship, I need to have a conversation, whatever the case may be. So men, women, please stop thinking that you're at fault. And something going on with that, and I've said that for years, going along with that, I've said forever, you don't need to go through anybody's phone. You don't need to catch them in the act. None of that. The only reason you need to leave a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's family, whether it's a friendship, is that your heart no longer feels safe. Baby, when you no longer feel safe and secure, it's time to go. And there's this whole thing of making sure that it isn't something that you created in your head. But when your spirit tells you this is no longer a safe space, it's time to go. Going with that, when you leave situations, doesn't mean you have to hate people. Doesn't mean you have to beef with them. And it's the same thing about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you. When you forgive people, you can forgive it and let it go and keep it moving. Just because you forgive someone does not mean you have to let them back in your life. And if you do, since they're the ones that messed up, you call the shots. You regulate how you deal with them if you choose to deal with them at all. But again, for me, I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. One of the things for me, the most important thing is, because even as twins, one twin came in before the other. So technically we all come in this world by ourselves. We're leaving by ourselves. This is your journey, and it is so important. It is vital that you know who you are. And again, as we're going through life, we're constantly learning, we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving. So the things that we did at 15, we're not going to enjoy as much at 25 to 35 to 45 and so on. We all change. And as long as you're alive, you'll always be changing. But even with that change, and even in relationships, get with someone who understands that we're constantly evolving. Get with someone who understands the fact that we are going to make this work if we're meant to be. Go ahead and take the time to date. Stop rushing into stuff. At the end of the day, the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, it is all about you. So I love you guys. I'm just rambling right now because I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. I want to say something else about, with everything that's going on, about this whole politics stuff. And I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to be off of this. There's a reality that we are, well, those of us who are Americans are all Americans. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, we're Americans. And no matter what your political beliefs are, people are people. We're human. We all deserve to be treated with respect, love, and dignity. Now, if it's just a political situation, we may have different ideas of how to get to a place. But the thing is, if we're all about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for everybody, we don't have to argue back and forth and name calling this and the other. But the reality is, if we're all going for the same common goal, then we should be able to have a discussion of how to get there. All this other stuff is side noise and garbage. So no matter what party you belong to, learn how to get back to the love and the respect. Humanity. That's the thing. It's about humanity. So I'm gonna go real soon. I just wanted to it's very, very important. My message is always of love, self love, because once you really, really love yourself, it's so much easier for you to love everybody else, or anybody else, however you want to put it. The other thing that you may not want to think too hard on, but it's something to think about. What do you want your legacy to be? And something I posted last week, and think about this for a second. If you lost your voice and all you had were your actions, would people really know who you are? Not what you say, not what you tell people that you are, but do people really, really know who you are based on your actions? And so again, I say, live your best life, live your truth. Not only should you love yourself, like yourself, make yourself number one. Take yourself out on dates, treat yourself, just love on you. Because at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, no one should beat you in loving you. So it's Tuesday. It's the end of it's the beginning of the week. And I just wanted to rant and vent and this and the other. So I hope my off the cuff thing has helped, has blessed, has made somebody think. And y'all stay out of my inbox with dumb stuff. My inbox is not for dumb stuff, all right? I love y'all. Peace.